Yo. What's up? Y'all know what it is. Regular Reg in the building.
Talk your shit. You already know.
Oh, this guy,
What's going on?
You heard, this guy sounds so cool,
What's
son.
going on?
I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped today. I'm hyped, yo. I'm hyped. Like,
You got a new name?
no. that didn't happen. I'm not that hyped. With the day that happens, I'm gonna do a backflip.
I'm gonna keep checking in.
Nah, man, I'm hyped. Like last week was a tough week for me in terms of work. I got a lot of work done. Today was a lighter week. You know, there's a lot of things to celebrate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things to celebrate.
I mean,
nah. Go ahead. Say it. Say your pessimistic ass shit. I'm talking about elections. What you talking about?
Let's celebrate, but let's cool down on the celebrations, man.
Nah,
you know
man.
when you see people celebrating a little bit too hard, I got a little nervous. I'm like, yo, I don't know if I'm with all this. I'm happy, but the dancing in the streets.
Nah, man. I want it.
But I get it.
You know why I want it? I want him to see it.
Because that nigga's a fucking
troll. I want him to
troll.
watch it. I hope Donald Trump watches every dance and it hurt every step.
Man.
Nah, man. I'm very happy.
But you know it's not going to be interpreted that way.
No, it does. I don't care what it's interpreted as. I'm gonna enjoy the moment. Our president-elect Biden. I ain't never been so happy to elect someone I don't really give a fuck about anyway. I'm so happy to elect that man. It got nothing to do with him. Everything to do with his.
I told you
his counterpart.
He could have been dead on election day. I'm still gonna check his name off. Like,
I'd be like, he's passed away. Biden.
Right, we got it.
But and another thing we celebrating episode 70.
Oh, we're making some big moves, man.
Yo, man, I looked at that number today and I was just like, yo, 70.
That's how I felt when I saw 50. I was like, oh,
yeah,
shit, 50.
Yeah, 50 was pretty
that's
tough.
How I felt with 50. I was like, damn.
Yeah, 50 was pretty tough. But yeah, I just want to start out saying, I really appreciate anyone that's been telling me like to keep going. Mm-hmm. Anyone that's been pushing for us, for the Common Folk team. I will say that I tend to have a tendency not to like finish things. Like I'm one of those people that start stuff and don't finish it. Mm-hmm. So 70, this means a lot to me. You know what I mean? I mean, not that it's finished, but it just feels good, to
progress.
Exactly.
Progress. Seeing the next stage.
Yeah, man. So I'm happy about that. Elections. Give me your how you feeling? How'd you feel when you heard it? What did you think? Anything?
I mean, it felt great. I wish the results came in election night. I kind of figured what was going down, so it was kind of anticlimactic, if you could say that. Mm-hmm. But hey, I was happy. I'm not gonna lie, exactly. I was happy. At this point, I'm just enjoying laughing at the MAGA folks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just enjoying laughing at the MAGA because I knew once it was going to be over, they were just going to take their L and leave. Yeah. It was going to be something else.
Was going to come.
They say lions, tigers, bears was voting. Dead people was voting. Everybody was fucking voting.
Is that Michael Jackson?
Yo.
What?
I'm like, so this is really what y'all about to go with right now?
I mean, listen, this is how they feel. It's funny because Republicans are the first people to call Democrats babies and crybabies and that's why whiners.
I call them MAGA tears.
And I'm just sitting here like, of all the people in the world, the man that complains the most calls everybody else weak and
all
sad.
He does is cry about everything. Never see and if you troll people, but you can still take your L, I'm cool with that. Because, you just somebody that's on the court talking some shit.
Exactly.
That's how I see it as.
And my thing is, as long as you know when it comes back, you take your L.
Exactly. You can't be some sort and they'll be like, oh, Hillary called that man the next morning. That's not the same thing. This dude's still trying to fight his election result.
Yo, there's some transfer paperwork that one of his staff members was supposed to like file.
Yeah, she ain't filed it.
Nope.
None of that matters. Absolutely none of that matters. Joe Biden gonna be moving in with him if he don't leave.
Yes, exactly. It's gonna be two niggas in the White House. It's funny because they say that if he doesn't leave, they're just gonna bring the police to come get him.
Yeah.
And
which he won't let happen.
Nah, he won't let happen. He gonna walk out before that happens. But I will say, if it does come to it, police officers, don't be so nice. Just bump his head on the car.
Don't be so nice, like you said.
Make sure he gets in the car. Just hit his head on the car a little bit. Don't worry, I got your back.
I was about to say make sure it's gonna be televised, but I'm sure CNN gonna make sure it's televised.
What? CNN? Everybody dancing at CNN right now. Anderson, all of them, except what's his name, Vaughn?
Oh yeah.
He crying. He crying.
But I don't know if CNN. Well, you know what? Trump makes their money. Talking about Trump makes their money. So, but I think they still gonna be talking about Trump regardless. So it don't really matter. He just shouldn't be making decisions for the country, in my perspective.
Yeah.
But with that, this isn't a time for us to just say Trump is out and all our prayers are answered. No, it's time to really keep these people accountable for all the reasons that you gave them your vote.
Of course.
We should all stay politically inclined for these next 4 years. What did we want? Are they at least working towards what we requested? You're not going to get everything you wanted, but is there an attempt to get what I want? And also pay attention to Congress and Senate, the most under the radar motherfuckers when it comes to a national, when it comes to national attention. Those are the main folks more than Biden that we should be paying attention to.
No, it's a fact.
Okay.
Sorry.
And we have the first female
Black and Indian
vice president-elect. Shouts out to her.
Amazing. For all those people talking about their past and the things they've done against black people, the crime, the laws they might have instilled in the past. I know Biden has some. He was on that crime bill. And Kamala, I heard. Is Kamala?
Kamala, it don't matter. I don't think she cares.
Potato. Listen, lady, we love you.
But
so
shouts out to her. We ain't disrespecting.
Exactly, no disrespect. I just don't know. But Kamala, we've heard some things about the DA and all the different things that goes on with it. Listen, I agree with all of that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If you did stuff in the past, you should own it. But the thing is,
my question my thing with the, I'm like, yo, find me a DA y'all like. That's all I want to know.
They don't exist.
So just
the nature of the
like.
People don't understand that. Like, it's like sometimes like human resources or like CEOs. Their job is kind of to be their job is to punish people.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be a group of people that don't fuck with them, no matter what you do. Now, if you want to say it's black people, it's always black people that are getting it. I'm like, well, that's traditionally how it went. So
that's the conversation we were having, a systemic
racism. Like, I don't think because a black person is handing down, is managing the law, that the law stops working the way it's working.
Systemic.
It's still systemic. That's what that word systemic means. It doesn't matter who's in charge. It's in the system. But I will say the one thing I'm proud of is not having an embarrassing president. Like, that was the thing I was biggest about. Like, a lot of people are on policy, and listen, policies.
I'm more about policy.
I'm more about policy in general. But one thing I will say though is it is embarrassing to watch that man and say that he's speaking for me.
He wasn't speaking for me.
He wasn't speaking for me, but you got to know everybody looking over. Go to Europe and see what they come over and say I'm from America. They're gonna go, huh? Oh, is that where you're from? You know what I mean? It was embarrassing. And the other thing is, I got kids. I don't want my kids to grow up looking at that.
You're about to pull up Van Jones.
I'm dead serious. Nah. It's a good day to be a father. Know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, I'm not but I felt him on that.
Yeah, kids should not feel like they could just say what they want, cheat their way through things, and just always win.
And the world will work out.
It doesn't work that way.
Just like Tekashi 6ix9ine in that whole gang situation, just like Trump in the presidency, I just feel like when you move like that, you set a precedent for people that is, one, not really a good business model for life in general, because it will not work out for you in the long run. But two, it's just a way of going about yourself. Whether I like Biden or I like Kamala or not, whether I like their policies or not, I would not be upset if my daughter ended up moving the way Kamala does, holding herself the way she does. I would not be upset if my son talked and spoke the way Biden does.
It's called like being honorable at the end of the day. Like there's nothing honorable about Donald Trump.
No, there's no values.
There's not
no
one
morals.
honorable bone in his body.
Like, not one thing. Not one thing.
But those would be the people that tell you they love this country, they love democracy, they love...
Like, I'm like, guys.
But then when it don't go your way, everything is cheated. And
it's cheated. It's not fair.
They said, how do you let the media call the election? I said, nigga, when did the media not call the election?
I was going to say, that's the only people that call the election. They're the ones that's who we talk to. So with our, with the presidency and our 70th episode, I wanted to try a little something different. So I looked into one. I went out and bought a Mac. Shouts out to homeboy who sold it to me. You know who you are. Appreciate you. I wanted to look into like moving, like, you know what I mean, a little more professionally, doing a little more. So I found a soundboard and I was like, you know what, let me try this out. Let's see how this works. So guys, if you do not like this, please let us know. If you do like this, please let us know.
Hit us up in the YouTube comments. YouTube, what's up to y'all?
Let us, like, subscribe, please. But I will
Apple, Spotify, what's up?
All that. But I will say, so we're gonna try this out. If it's corny,
go ahead, man.
Don't blame me.
Nah.
But I want to give a big to my man Donald Trump. Thank you very much for showing us exactly what a president should not do for 4 years. But yeah, man, that was my thing. I was just I was looking at different like news. Like, how do you feel about the celebrities that backed him, like during this time, like during campaign? Any celebrities that?
I mean, the rappers that he paid. Like, come on, man. I don't care about
not the rappers he paid, but like
Lil Wayne, Lil Pimp, those people. Those people.
People keep putting 50 in there.
No,
I never saw it that way.
I don't see it that way, but I understand why they.
No, 50 had to know when he said what he said. You was gonna get some backlash.
You know how people are with 50. They always just go throw him in that. But he talks shit on there.
I'm about to say, but he's very not likable.
They put Ice Cube in there too, and I don't see it that way either. So.
Nah, I don't. I see 50 and Ice Cube as different circumstances, but I can get the visual of it.
Like I said, if you want to look at something and just be mad that somebody's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to somebody," then I get that. But if you want actual, like, okay, what's the substance of what this person is saying?
Then we got to go with something different.
I mean, Lil Pump, where has he been? It makes 100% sense to me. I was shocked Tekashi didn't stand next to him. I want to see Donald Trump and Tekashi in the same fucking room.
Oh my God, Donald, that's too much trolling for one room. I don't know if that room.
I was shocked he went for the Lil Pump instead of going for Tekashi. Because I'm like, this is the most fitting human being that he could go for.
Well, I don't think he went for Lil Pump. I think Lil Pump started talking, and then he went for Lil Pump. I don't think Donald Trump hit up Lil Pump like, here's a check. I
mean, Lil Wayne ain't talking. Kodak Black came out of nowhere
and said something about and was with Trump.
He's for his prison reform, and he's all about the platinum plan. That's 2 pages.
Anywho, thank you for letting me know what's happening.
I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing.
Listen, man. We gotta speak for the mentally disabled as well.
Yeah, man.
So Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, Lil Pump. I mean, you notice the correlation between all of their drugs,
single one of
like
them.
all of them are drugs.
Every single one of them.
I mean, like Lil Wayne. Somebody said every time Lil Wayne betrays us, our ancestors take a dread. Was
Lil Wayne, man.
I do have to say though, that I was proud of his girlfriend for leaving him.
Did she leave him?
They say they unfollowed each other, and supposedly the rumor is it was about him
Trump.
backing Trump. But of course, they followed each other back like today. So
I mean, election's over,
right?
Politics talk is all dead in their house.
Yeah, I think it's still.
And I'm not gonna lie, pay attention, guys. But I just need everybody to calm down after this, man. Like, let's all relax and.
But I think we couldn't relax for 4 years. Yeah. Imagine a man always telling you the world is gonna end, everything is going bad.
The
it's
Twitter
the Dems.
thing all day.
Like,
I'm happy once he becomes a private citizen. Twitter probably gonna ban him forever.
Oh my
once
God,
he riles out.
He was just stressful. Every day, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Everybody don't need to be a political scientist,
right?
Because it's been proven. A lot of y'all don't know enough.
When I heard Lil Wayne came out and said something, I said, "Why the fuck? Why are we listening to Lil Wayne?"
Lil Wayne talk about the prison reform. He don't even know what the hell is on his prison
spell reform.
Like, come on, man.
I mean, like, to me, I look at Lil Wayne. First of all, just to start with his dreads, nobody loves him. His family can't love him. How many kids he got? How many baby mothers and a girlfriend? Nobody. Not one person gonna let this man know.
That man's far gone, man.
Not one. Like, come on, guys.
But to your question, but even with the Democrats, both sides, cut out with all the celebrity shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm over the constant celebrity telling me what to. It usually comes off very fake and I don't want to see Charlie Clips and what's his name rap battle about Joe Biden's policies. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to see celebrities tell me any of these things.
Well, I don't care. Right? We got Ja Rule on the line.
Like,
I don't know if anybody
I don't know. Like,
Ja
I just, every time I see a celebrity, and I was happy Donald Trump did it too, because I didn't have to just kill the Democrats on it for doing this. I'm looking at both sides like, yo, you know, chill the fuck out with all these goddamn celebrities.
You know what I will
Nobody cares. I'm not voting because I saw John Legend do something.
That's true.
I'm going to lie to you.
That's a fact. But you know what I will say though? This like both sides talk that I keep hearing. Everybody's doing the
it's not always equal.
No, but this is my that's my thing.
It's not
like whenever somebody says something about Republicans, somebody got to bring up something about Democrats just to be fair, even if you're Democratic.
Yeah.
Republicans don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm not fucking doing that.
But the celebrity thing is more of a Democrat thing.
It's fair.
So that's why
I'm saying that. And you know what? I back the Dems on doing it. I'm sorry. You know why? No. You know why?
Don't.
No, you know why I'm saying that? It's not because I actually back it. It's really because the reason why the Republicans keep winning or even getting close when they have such shitty candidates is because they'll back anything their people say, no matter what. I'm not saying I'm 100% a Democrat or 100% Republican. The older I get, the more conservative I get, to be completely honest. But I will honestly say, like, that's one thing I got to give the Republicans. They back their people no matter how dumb they are.
And I agree that the people need to do that. But don't pull a celebrity as a politician. Don't pull a celebrity to be, hey, here, guys, the guy you like is doing. Nah, I'm not interested in none of that. Personally, as a private citizen that's a voter, y'all need to and this is another thing I learned from this election. All that, stop with like the identity politics. Tell people how you will help them. That's all they want to hear. Because at the end of the day, 70 million people still voted for this crazy lunatics. Tell people how you will help them. How you will help them, whether it's healthcare, whether it's jobs. Speak to more of that. Don't speak to tell them, oh, we're gonna control your. Step away from all of that.
Yeah, but I think it's more complex than that. You know why I think it's more complex than that? Because it's easy to say that as, let's say, for instance, Trump, where you're gonna lie about everything anyway.
Start lying.
Yes, but that's the thing. But that's my thing. Is like, do we want that too? Because the other issue is this: Trump said a lot of shit he was gonna do, did nothing. Actually, I retract that statement. Trump said a few things he was gonna do. What he really did was blame a lot of people and say who isn't doing shit. But he said a few things he was gonna do, did none of them. But because he's such a blatant liar, it's very easy to be like, with Democrats, they got to be a little more strategic with that and do the dancing. Unfortunately,
I want to hold you accountable, bro.
I get you, but I get why. Because it's better to do the thing where you dance a little bit because you know you can't do everything you're gonna say. You know you actually cannot do it. Like, it's almost impossible to do that. I'd rather you do that than blatantly go, and I'm going to bring back the jobs.
No,
and
but there's like bad polls out there that show, the people want, like, talk to people about giving them health care. Talk to people, like, there's actual things people want and that's why the Democrats have beef within their party, because the establishment, which is what won, don't listen to the other side. That's like, we're talking to the people in the streets.
No, you're right.
This is what they want. Talk to that. So I feel like if they talk to that, landslide.
So what happens if they talk to that, they say all those things, and only like 70% of it gets done? Because this is the thing. Republicans aren't being held. Republicans aren't being held to the same standard. When they lie, it's almost as if it didn't happen. It's the craziest shit in the world. It's the craziest shit in the world, and it's because their base is, I'm sorry, fucking stupid.
If you tell me that 70% of what you told me, I'm totally fine with that.
Didn't get done. I said didn't.
Then you failed as a person. But don't not tell me anything. Just try to what?
I get you, but what I'm saying is, Democrats have a smarter base. So they have people that can decipher and break down things a little more than the Republicans, who have a bunch of hicks and a bunch of idiots. I'm sorry, I don't care.
With that, you could also use that against them. There's also tactics. use the Donald Trump strategy of vilifying the person that's blocking whatever you're trying to pass. Use that strategy.
Fair. I agree.
I'm not gonna say don't use that.
And I see what you're saying. I'm just saying for the Democrats, it's a more complex fight, and we love to make it seem like it's fair, it's even, it's the same thing on both sides. I'm saying you cannot lie as a Democrat the way a Republican can lie. So you can always speak to exactly what you want to do as a Republican, because you know your dumbass people are gonna forget right after you finish speaking.
All I'm saying is John Legend ain't gonna get nobody to vote. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all I'm saying. Chill out with the celebrity.
First of all, he might not, but Chrissy Teigen will get me to vote any day, girl. Tell me what to do, I'll vote for you. No disrespect, John Legend. I didn't mean it sexual. I'm just saying.
They keep getting John Legend money.
Right.
Nah, man. Shouts out to John Legend. Shouts out to Joe Biden.
I'm a bit. You know why I like John Legend? Only because it just seems like he's on the side of what's right.
Yeah.
Like it always seems like he's just like
I'm not just singling out John.
No,
Legend.
but that was the one they pushed in front of us. You're right.
But,
you're right.
You know.
You're right. But yeah, I was very excited this weekend, and I was excited because, like those memes say, we get to go back to the old-fashioned racism, where it's not so overt and pissing me off, where it's not so out. And I'm not saying I want it to become a secret again, but I'm not gonna lie. Some of y'all can shut up. Yeah, I'm all right with that. I'm okay if certain racists don't get the
people that's going to deny that there's actual racism. Out there. Like, come on, we can't do that.
Like, there are actually people that believe the Holocaust didn't happen and shit was I'm like, 6 million people go missing. Y'all trying to tell me that wasn't a thing? Like, it's shit like that I'm just like, what is going on? You know what I mean? It's the lies. And somebody said this. I can't remember who. I don't know who said it. It actually was on Fox, surprisingly, where I read an article where he was just like, let's stop lying now. Yeah. Let's get back to telling the truth. I'm
sure there's mad people that work there that's over the fucking dick sucking that's going on.
Let's just stop lying. Let's get back to the reality of, like, there are truths. Yeah. That's the one. The two things I got out of this that I hated the most was, one, I want a president that, as much as you're a politician and you're actually passing laws and stuff, you're also a figurehead. I want a president that I can show kids and be like, that is our president, and be proud. I want a president that you have to understand, if I'm working with a bunch of students and all of a sudden they go, what about our president today? And now I got to go, every day you got to have that talk where you don't want to shit talk the chair of the presidency, but the actual president is a piece of shit. Yeah. And you don't know how to manage between the two. Now I could say, whether I like you or I don't, you're a president. And the second thing is that the truth matters. Like, I know Vaughn already did it with some tears in his eyes. You got this, bro. You smoked me on that one. But the truth does matter. Like, saying things, there are truths. Not everything is up for debate. There was no fucking fraud.
You know they call it alternate facts.
Alternate facts. Like,
that's what they call it.
When I first heard that back when he was campaigning, I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down.
Alternate facts. That's
like,
what they
you know what I mean? Like, let's just stop with that. Like, we can say things honestly. We can be real. We can and I just want things to get to a point where we could be like, yo, the earth is not flat. Stop. This is nonsense.
What they gonna say? That's my opinion.
That's my opinion.
I'm allowed to have my own opinion.
That's another thing, yo. Like opinions. Yo, this opinion shit.
Nah, that's not an opinion.
It's not an opinion.
There's actual factual information.
Yes, okay? That is a lie. People are acting like opinions mean, like, because I didn't say it's a fact, I can say anything I want. It's like, no, it's still a lie.
And people, y'all people on the other side, stop trying to shame Kamala because y'all think she slept her way to the. If y'all go shame her, shame all the other men that did whatever the hell they did. Okay?
Are you serious?
Okay? That's what I said.
Wait, they said she slept her way. That's a thing?
It's a thing.
Jesus Christ. There's no lows these men.
They also say she ain't black, though she went to HBCU and also pledged under an historically black sorority.
I mean, she wore teeth.
She just started being black.
Right? Yeah. That tan is... Hey, well, what's her name? Dozer? Rachel Dozer.
Dolezal.
She got off being black. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That's my sister. I don't care what nobody
There's actually there was a new one too, like a couple months ago.
I heard about that.
I heard about that. Of that off.
Yo, first of all, she got to the top of blackness. Like, what was she? Wait, was it the NAACP?
That's what I was about to say.
Son, you know what kind of do you understand how serious white privilege is?
OD.
Where you can lie about being black, not be questioned, and get to the top of blackness without anybody going, well, wait a minute, is she really black?
That's when we gotta start really asking ourselves, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm like, guys, first of all, this Dominican woman is not. I'm like, going to a tanning salon.
Word, she had to get tans often.
Crazy.
Like, I want to know the people that was around this woman all the time.
Her parents came out. Like, they openly were like, we're white. We don't know what she's talking about. How you tell a lie that deep? I wonder where the lie started, bro. You ever wonder that? Like,
I'm sure there's like information about this. I
never looked it up, but just thinking about it, just because I wonder where, like, what was, because there had to be like a time when she was hanging with a bunch of black people, like, and then like somebody goes, because a lot of times lies start as you didn't know what to say the first time, so you said something,
and
then now you just got to roll with it, and
man.
She made a whole life of it.
You got to be an exclusive liar for that,
bro. So this listen, Chris Rock said it, and I've lived it as gospel for a long time. Men live lies, women tell the biggest lies.
I could believe that.
And it sounds about right to me. I didn't do it's an opinion. I didn't do the fact check on this one.
It's an alternate fact.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. We're about to use them Republican tactics right the fuck back. I cannot wait.
It's an alternate fact.
Ooh. But yeah, so I always wondered that, like, what was the first time you lied? And then like it went into like
I gotta be black.
I gotta
I wonder the day she really was like, you know what, this black shit ain't too bad, man.
Right, she's like,
or if she was like, oh shit.
No, because she didn't get the prejudice. I'm sure when they weren't looking, she used her white privilege instantly. First of all, you know,
Shorty left the city. She was like, oh shit.
All right.
She took her braids out.
She was in the countryside, took out her contacts, her eyes were blue underneath. But yeah. But yeah, like I just always wondered. That was a very interesting case to me, that whole situation. Yeah. But I had a question.
What's up?
All right, so I had a conversation this weekend, and got kind of slightly heated, but not really. It didn't get heated, but it was a very interesting conversation. So someone asked me if I would So someone sent me a video. A friend of mine sent me a video, and it said, it was a video of a guy giving a woman, his wife, a gift. And she was in the kitchen washing dishes.
Oh, I seen that video before.
That video,
yeah,
right?
I already know what you're talking about.
So
you just saw that?
I feel like I saw it in the past.
That's
familiar.
an old video.
It is, right? Okay. So he gives his wife a gift. She opens like 6 bags. Honey, is this the chain I wanted? All that. So she's opening the bag, and then inside of it is a folded up piece of paper. And when she opens it up,
she was wondering if it was a flight.
She thought it was two things. First, she thought it was a chain that she always wanted. Apparently, he was going to gift her. And the second thing was a flight. Then when she opened up the folder, it was a folder, and she opened up, read the paper. It was a paternity test saying that his 3-year-old daughter is not his. And she just sat there like, first of all, her first thing was, why would you do that? Like, why would you? I'm like, what? Bitch, why would you do that? What are you talking about? Why would I do that? So apparently they were together. She cheated. And
that's when you don't know what to say.
Bro, like, no, she was just, that was yo.
She was caught off guard. OG.
You ever been woken up out your sleep in the midst of a lie? I've been woken up to a lie.
At that point, I'm not lying, man.
Nah, that Mr. Krabs meme. Well, the thing is, you know what it is about that when you get woken up, at least getting woken up to a lie? The thing about it is, you're so distraught.
Yeah.
You don't know, because you don't want to tell too much truth and then fuck yourself up worse than if you had. So it's like, what do you know and what can I not tell you? How do I maneuver this shit to get the least amount of lie out? You know what I mean? Without getting myself in more trouble. So that's what she did. She pulled one of those, you shouldn't have done this. I'm like, you ain't saying shit, bitch. And then he goes, all right, you and her got a month to get out. And she's like, but she loves you. She loves you. And this is why I hate emotions. And this is why I hate words like love. Not hate. I'm sorry. That's a strong word. I dislike words like love. Not because I don't actually like love. It's just used for the worst stuff. It's like when
people manipulate
the word like she loves you. Like that was supposed to make me go, all right, you can stay. What do you mean yes, she loves me. But I've been raising a kid that's not mine. What are you talking about?
You've known this the whole time.
Nigga, you need to go find her dad. Like
he need to love her.
Like he need to love her. She need a dad's love. Like, so I saw this video, and then the person sent to me was like, "What would you like? How do you feel about this?" I was like, "Well, one, damn, and two, I felt he was a sucker, and I felt he was a sucker because I would have taken a paternity test. I'm taking a paternity test, in my opinion." I'm taking a paternity test with any woman I ever have a baby with. Ever. Wife or not.
God damn.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, with the paternity test, you don't have to take it with everybody. But if you do feel like there is reason to, that man felt like there was reason to. Either he's hearing something, he's looking at that kid.
I'm about to say, she turned 3.
Yeah,
and her nose kept getting bigger.
He's looking at that kid saying like, yo, this kid look like Stanley or some shit like that. Somebody else, like, this kid don't look like me.
Why is that?
With reason. With, but I'm also not I think they should kind of make that a mandatory thing. I'm not gonna lie, like, yo.
Well, this is the thing.
Kill 2 birds with one stone. Everybody knows the truth. Hey,
my mindset was not, it's not personal. Yeah. It's not like I don't think my wife is cheating. It's not personal. I don't want my wife or whoever you may be in the future, I don't want my wife to think she's a liar. Yeah. It's just every nigga on Maury that ever read that card and found out it wasn't his probably said that same shit. Yeah. Like it always goes down.
I think a lot of them probably knew there was a little.
Maybe. Man, I mean, I'm sure when you got on Maury, you realized something's up. But I think that there were genuinely men that were surprised by this. Yeah. And I'm saying, like, if that happens, like, as long as there's a chance it can happen,
I've had this conversation with a girl before, and like all I got was bad feelings, and I was not even listened to about my opinion. I'm like, yo, nothing is like, this is not a personal thing. If somebody feels like they need to do it, let them do that. Like, you're gonna let this man live in that the whole time, feeling like
ambiguity,
questioning
right?
it. Yeah, like, questioning, yo, that is not fair.
Well, you got
there is a way to come to an answer.
Fair.
There's an actual way to come to an answer with this. And if there's no beef about it, let him.
Well, this is my thing. Science has done so much fucked up shit over the years. They've created atom bombs. They've created viruses. They've created COVID. They've created all types of things that are terrible.
Allegedly. Don't just say that.
I mean, listen. A bad fucked up pig. Whatever. They created all these things, right? Science has created terrible, terrible, terrible things. Gases that murder people. And every once in a while, they get something right that is good for humanity. One of them is fucking paternity tests. And you're telling me I should not utilize this? Yeah. I went as far as to say, if I could take a drop of blood and put it in a machine and test if you're stealing money from me, I'd fucking do it.
Yeah. But that video, though, 2 seconds already, like, I'm like, bruh, this woman with you for all the wrong reasons, son. Everything she wanted was bad financial. Everything was bad financial.
Yeah, she said, I hope this is the necklace I want.
I'm just like, sheesh.
Well, my thing was, I read into his voice, and I was like, he sound like a sucker. I'm sorry. He sound like the type, he looked, like, first of all, she was pretty. I don't want to say really pretty. I'm not going to drag it, but she was pretty. And my thing is, I feel like pretty women get this leeway. Because they're pretty, and we all know this. I mean, the same way rich men get leeway.
Be suckers for pretty.
Exactly. But it's like that. Those are the ones that it was like when I saw her and I heard his voice. I was like, I could see how you got caught up.
I'm
here.
just like, I want to see who this camera is. Like, who
Yo, spin that camera around,
word, man. I'm like, I want to see this dude. That's holding this camera.
Let me see Urkel for who he is.
The way she was sounding like he got some money,
right?
And she was there to spend it.
Exactly.
That's all I got from that whole interaction. And with that being said, he has a right to test his kid to see if that's this woman wasn't with him for all the right reasons. Well, I'm sure she wasn't with him when he was at the bottom, struggling, trying to make 2 cents.
Right? Exactly. Right. Well, first of all, we are.
This is all assumption.
I'm
by
about
the
to
way.
Say this is all.
But I'm saying what I got from that video.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. What I got from that video.
For me, I saw. Yeah, but I just heard his voice, and I was just like, if Poindexter don't put down his pocket protector. He sounded kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being judgy. Maybe I'm judging it like that because, to be real, at this age, most things that I've dated enough that most things that women do Like, there's enough signs to see that it's possible. Like, if a girl, let's say, were to cheat on me, most of the time, I'm not sure you would have, but I could tell you're the type.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell, like, you a little fast.
She did not guess not one sentimental gift.
Yep.
She did not guess not one sentimental gift.
Is this the card I wanted?
Son, I was like, yo.
Are these the flowers I was looking for? Nope.
Yo.
Is this the chain?
Bermuda? I've had people be mad at me over a card. Like, I appreciate that.
Nah, yeah. That means you really care about my
like,
thought process
shit, like,
and not just...
I didn't get the card. I did forget the card. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm wrong.
He's like, yo, right? It's like you get... I've actually had that happen, and I was like, wow, you really care about the thoughts and shit. But my thing, go ahead.
And as much as people would hate that, that's where you would know like this person actually kind of really fucks with me. If they just want the fucking Lamborghini keys,
right,
and the fucking mansion, that's all they want.
And that's the thing that I saw a rapper talking about it, about like the RE getting the Lambo truck and all that. And I remember being like, that's a flex. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna deny a flex when I see one. But I remember thinking, this is setting a terrible precedent.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, how long they been together? 6 months? Maybe a year? That's not Lambo numbers.
The fucking contractual relationship they got
over. That's not Lambo numbers. And then when he was screaming in her ears, sweating all down the side of her face on his birthday.
That picture.
That man looking like a glazed pig. I was sitting here like, looked like they threw a ham in a barbershop. Just mad hair and sweat and just all that. And I'm sitting here like, and the whole time she looked genuinely disgusted. Mm-hmm. Now, that concept of like, oh, I'm gonna buy you something, it's making everyone think like, oh, I gotta level up, I gotta do better, and it's like we're purchasing things. And the thing about purchasing women is that possessions can't love you back.
Nah.
That's how I genuinely feel. Mm-hmm. If I ever get to a point where I'm a bachelor for too long and I'm just like, yo, I'm over this. You know what I'm gonna do? Mm-hmm. I'm buying me's a bitch. Yeah. That's it. And I'm not gonna expect her to love me.
Don't be shocked when the kid not yours.
Yo, listen, brother. You know what? I took care of him for as long as you was pretty. Go ahead and head out.
It's a very weird place because as a man, you should, I believe, you should aspire to be a traditional man.
Yes.
You know, you should aspire to be a provider. You should aspire to be a protector. But do not aspire to be nobody's meal ticket.
No. That's a bad aspiration.
Hell no.
That shit goes left every time. And you know what's crazy? I always think of doing things like this. There is nothing, I'm never going to do anything that if things go left and we don't work out, I'm going to get mad I did this thing.
Yeah.
Everything I do, I always keep in mind like, I know that whether we work out or not, whether you reciprocate or not, whether you love me back or not, I'm good with knowing this is the man I want to be and this is the type of thing I want to do for my woman.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm good with this. Mm-hmm. Dudes be going above and beyond because I don't care if you're hideous. I don't care if you're gorgeous. Dudes be going above and beyond for these gorgeous chicks and they get mad when it doesn't get reciprocated because of the fact that they did so much just to bag them a bad one and then be mad in the end. And my thing is,
he gonna fly her out
up top here, looks like this, whatever you want to call it, flying out a friend, paying for dinner. I've had very attractive chicks. I've shown up to like brunch or dinner, and I see a friend there, and I don't see another nigga. So I sit there, I'm like, so, hi, who's your friend? Hello, nice to meet you. Blah, blah. I'm like, you guys doing your? Oh nah, she just chilling, whatever. She just, we were out shopping, so she came with me. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I don't see no bags. Cool.
See, hold up. Say you out and you're like at a happy hour at like or something. You pay for like a girl and her friend. I don't have no problem with that. If we're going shopping, you're not getting that. I'm sorry. Your friend not getting that. No, your friend not getting flew out nowhere.
No flew out.
Nah. That's food and shit like that. Who cares? Like you could flex with that. You could do that.
But my problem is this. This is my personal issue. Don't spring that shit on me.
Oh, hell
because
no.
then I feel like it's...
no. This is an offer game.
Exactly. My problem with it is then I feel like I've been got.
Hell no.
The point is I want to make the decision to pay for this.
Y'all don't look, the check don't come and everybody start looking at me. I'm start looking back.
No, I've had that happen where Obi did the Kermit.
Kermit the Frog. Like, yo, what's going on?
Obi Kermit in this bitch. No, I'm one of those people that I'm going to look at both parties. I'm going to pay for the woman I asked to come here. And your friend going to have to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
And I had that situation occur before.
And don't just bring your friend in, by the way.
And that was the thing. I was looked at as cheap. And I remember going, you really think you're that pretty?
No, nah.
There's no woman made that pretty for me. Nah, Bernice Burgos, I'd pay for any friend she brought.
But that is a privilege.
Yes.
That's something that's extra.
Yes.
Doesn't just come automatically.
Exactly. But there's another side to this situation with the paternity test.
We out here giving broke boy talk.
Yo, no, it's not broke boy talk. It's real man talk. Like, dudes be doing stuff.
You know they're not going to agree with none of this.
You brokies. The brokies are in. Yes, this is the broke podcast. No, nigga, we not broke. We just smart. We thinking things through. Nah. But there's another side to this. We can speak about the money side of it and the aspect of the fact that she was there for money, but we didn't speak about the trust side. Mm-hmm. Because to me, it's like the person I was talking to was telling me that, so you don't trust your wife? I'm like, no, I don't trust nobody. Mm-hmm. It's not about my wife. Mm-hmm. It's about all the things I've seen. I have secondary PTSD where I've seen dudes go through things that I'm like, ooh. God damn. Or even when I remember watching when I was younger, there was a show called Nip Tuck on FX. Mm-hmm. And I remember there was two doctors that were best friends. They were surgeons in Miami, the best, blah, blah, blah. And at some point in like season 3, they find out there's one guy that's like a playboy and one guy that's like a family man. The family man finds out his son is the playboys because the wife once had sex with him. And that baby happened, and because he was growing up, I was like, this dude looking kind of swaggy, and your dad is late. Yeah. This don't add up. You know what I mean? And then I saw that, and I remember going, oh my God, like that level of hurt, that episode when he found out, and the whole movie Unfaithful pissed me off to no end. That's my misogyny speaking. I'm dead ass. I watch these movies and I'll be like,
oh hell no, that ain't gonna be me.
Son, I used to have damn, I don't know if I should tell this story. All right, fuck it, I'm gonna tell it. I don't know if I should tell it. A girl I know.
Here we go.
Used to have me drop her off. I'm not gonna say nothing. Drop her off at we had messed before, and we weren't messing at that time. But she would have me drop her off at her budman's house to, like, you know, get weed. And then normally I'd be like, "Oh, you leaving?" But she would be like, "Yo, I'm staying here," because it worked out that I would be going and driving in a direction. I had a car at the time. I was driving in a direction to go drop her off, and I remember one time I saw a weird transaction between the two of them where I was like, this is never happening again.
Something weird just happened.
Something weird just happened. And you know what I felt like? I'm a sucker. Because you know what I felt? I've had a girl get her homeboy to drop her off, her date, to drop her off in my house under the pretenses that I'm the cousin. Apparently, we was kissing cousins. I've had this happen before.
So that tainted
that secondary PTSD. Because I've been slimed, I can't get slimed.
You out here trying to dodge your
So she hit me up. It was just like, yo, I'm about to head that way. You headed that way? I said, yes, I am.
Reggie peeled off.
I was like, nope. I was just like, but find somebody else to get you there. She was like, what? Why are you acting that way? I was like, I don't know, son. I don't know. Come to find out, she fucked that nigga. Yeah. I don't know if she was fucking him when I was dropping her off, but I don't ever want to be the dude. I'm sure at some point I was and whatever, but within reason. Anything I can actually control, I'm going to control it. Yeah. Because that situation, I was just sitting there like, I'm sure he's a low-life bud man. Like, he ain't even really like, no up, nigga. You're not doing. And he over there probably with his man's like, she got an ex nigga dropping it off to me. You know me?
I believe a paternity test is, if somebody wants it, I don't think you should deny them that. That is, you're gonna let that person live there and just kind of sit in their doubt and sorrow. That's kind of torture.
I mean, I'm gonna do it in secret anyway.
That is torture. But I'm saying, like, if it's like you could actually hold me back from doing it, like.
Well, it's not doubt and sorrow. I'm not actually hurting. I may genuinely trust you with my life. If I got a test I could take, I'm gonna take it. Like, I'm just gonna fucking take it.
Yo, this dude look just like me, but you never know.
That baby could come out with blonde and brown dreads, okay, and a beard, and I would still test it. Y'all don't get it. It's not personal. It's humans. I don't trust people. So when that situation occurred, like when I was talking about it, I thought about another thing. So does that premise, that same mindset, work for like checking through phones? Because by a woman's, the same thing that drives me to want to go take that paternity test every time would be the same concept that's driving women to look through my phone to find out if I'm doing anything, right?
No.
If there's a
one is a lifetime bill. And
okay.
One is my personal bill. Like,
okay.
There's two different things. That's what we talking about here.
This nigga Obi stuck on the money. So Obi said, wait a minute.
What are we talking about here?
No, what I meant is in the sense of there is something that can confirm, for the most part, what's happening. And you don't know what's happening. Not to say you know or you don't know, but not to say you think he's cheating, but you know, whatever. She may think he is, or maybe she doesn't, and she just checks all her niggas' phones.
Yeah.
Do you think that I should, am I being hypocritical saying I'm always going to take a paternity test if a girl says she's always going to check my phone and I get mad?
Kinda.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
It's a bit hypocritical.
It's a little bit, right?
It's a bit hypocritical.
You're right. It is.
That's why I'm not like, oh, you got to... Nah, doubt has to be in my... If there's no doubt that I'm good with being that fool or anything, I'm totally fine with that. Ignorance is bliss on my end. Blissful. I love a blissful life.
Remember what I told you. I never do anything that in the end, if it doesn't work out for me, I'm going to be upset I didn't do this. I did this thing.
Oh,
and a whole human is one of them. Because it's also the emotional. Because now going forward, what I'm going to do to women forward.
Do you think that there are people who like dead raising kids that they don't even suspect? I usually feel like you would kind of know.
As much as I want to say that that's true, I also know people that didn't know they were pregnant, and then a week later they have babies. I've heard of a personal story that happened. Like I was pregnant, I didn't know.
Bro,
my thing is,
talk about a miracle. That's what you're talking about. Like, what?
But there was a whole show with like 3 seasons on it. It can't be that much of a miracle. It happened often enough. Yes,
every
you didn't never seen that show. I was pregnant and I never knew.
Nah,
that's a real show on TLC. It had like 3 seasons. Apparently, this is a thing. Some woman had a baby in a bathroom. Didn't know she was pregnant or thought she had a tummy ache.
Damn.
So it's like,
she was not,
if you could not know a human is inside of you, you could, I guess you could get that wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe you look like the other dude. Maybe she got a type.
I don't know.
Maybe she got a type.
You would do that like statistics.
No. More than like, okay.
What are the statistics?
Okay. More than likely, you will know. There will be some. That's why I said he was a sucker. Yeah. Because something should have triggered you as to see this.
Something told him to do all that, you know.
Something. So my thing is, if you were just blinded by the beauty, and then once that it wore, and that's what a lot of guys go through. Once the beauty part wears down, and now you dealing with the routine, now you start seeing shit, and now you can't take it.
And that's why you shouldn't buy nobody. Because at some point, all of that is going to fade away.
All possessions get tiring.
It's going to fade away. Like, you're going to be like, yo, she's the same old boring woman I look at like, every single day. And she don't even give a damn about me.
Yo, show me a guy with a beautiful woman. I'll show you a dude
that's
looking
tired of fucking her. Like, that's just how it goes, man.
It is what it is. So my thing was, I was looking at it, and I was just like, the way I see the paternity test thing is kind of like if you know, like people that work out like all the time, right? Bodybuilders, stuff like that. Whatever if you ask a serious bodybuilder.
By the way, those two things are very toxic traits.
What?
You needing to, your wife, I have to paternity test, and I need to look through all of my men's phones.
Oh, no.
Usually very toxic.
Those are toxic traits. I'm gonna keep that level of toxicity. I don't know. I thought after,
just be aware of that.
After this conversation, though, I did think about it because I'm like, by that same premise, a woman that looks through my phone, and that's when I started going, maybe I should change my mind on this. I really thought it through. I still haven't changed my mind. Oh, y'all bitches getting paternity tests, but I'm
all of y'all.
All y'all bitches. I told you, I got a basketball team coming soon.
All of y'all.
Starting 5, the Kaya Meets.
My man trying to be what's the name of that rapper? Did he die? He was
Future's still alive.
Oh yeah,
he's still alive and kicking.
Future ain't have a reality show yet, though.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Don't worry, his career is dwindling. But yeah, I just thought of it like when you meet bodybuilders, they always say like when you're doing certain back workouts, I never do free weight back because it's too much of that muscle is too important.
Yeah.
Your back going out. If you throw your back out, you probably might never work out again. You can't do mad
fucking
things.
Up your legs.
Fucking up your legs.
You mad shit.
Mad shit goes left when your back goes left, and then you almost never heal from it completely. Most back injuries.
It's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a while if you do. And the thing, so my thing was a lot of bodybuilders be like, yo, deadlifts at a certain weight aren't necessary unless you're in a competition. Unless you fight for a living, unless you're like a cop and you gotta be strong, there's no reason to be that level of strong unless you're utilizing it every day because the risk is too high, and because it's not worth it. And that's what I think of when I think of the paternity test. It's like it's not worth it for me not to take this test because no matter what small chance it's never gonna be, or I'm the most trustworthy.
So you married?
I'm married.
I have 6 kids. All 6 of them get a paternity test.
All it takes is one night. That's what you don't get. All it takes is one night.
Yo, that's hilarious.
One more night. That's all it takes.
You're like, yo, next test.
Next, yo. And my thing is, so then the person asked me like, so what would you tell your wife? I was like, I mean, if she gets mad about it, nothing. I'm just gonna do it and then we'll live. I mean, to me, she was like, would you do it in the hospital? Because when you're not married, they ask you if you want a paternity test. But if you are married, they don't ask you, but you can, but they don't ask you. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, no, I'm being a man. I'm not going to do it in front of her, embarrass her like that. I'm going to go to a spot 6 months from now when the immune system is better and they're ready. They could go outside without getting hurt so much. I'm going to go take it and prick it or swab it and then go do what I got to do. That's how I see things. But again, it's not personal. Like, any woman that ever, it's not personal. It's not like I don't trust you. It's people. Like, it's so easy to do bad, and my thing is, at any given moment, anyone can just have. I've seen people that's like normally they'll do right, and just in that moment, for some reason, they didn't. And it's not that you're not a bad human; you're just a flawed one, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Except now I got to deal with this shit for 18 years. So no, I'm not chancing that on humans that are all flawed.
Yeah.
I think it's too big a risk. And like I said. It's like vaccinations. Again, another thing that science finally got one fucking thing right, and people are going to tell me they're not going to go take it. There's so many things it does terrible, and you're not going to take one of the few things that science done for the good of people.
Condoms protect people. I'm sure the sales of condoms is staying pretty low.
Jesus Christ, Toby.
I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ, Toby. I mean, when you put it like that.
There's a lot of things that is out there that could be used and ain't being used.
Everybody, condoms. It's an L, bro. It's an L for me.
So,
nah, man, I understand. I was just thinking about this conversation the whole time. I was just like, damn, like.
How do you feel about say like prenuptial agreements? You or the woman, if either of you have, how do you feel about if she would want you to sign a prenuptial agreement?
She rich?
Yeah. It's quiet?
Nope. No. I'm playing. I just wanted to use that one. I was trying my best.
She got $15 million.
I'm going to be honest with you. Going into any situation, I tend to go, I've never dated someone with $15 million. Let's start there. That I know of.
Yeah.
I've never dated someone that rich that I know. I've dated people that are wealthy, but never rich that I can think of. And I've never gone in, like, even when they were up, I've never gone in thinking like, oh,
that's about to benefit you.
Oh, I don't think like that.
Yeah.
So for me,
I think as a man, it's not.
It's not. I could leave and leave all those riches. I think because again, we've never lived $15 million type lives. Maybe when you, like I've always said, like, I always thought Drake parties way too much for a man that's been doing it for so long on this level, but I've never done it on that level.
Yeah.
I don't know what that type of partying is like. Maybe.
And you also not doing Drake work.
Exactly. Maybe
he needs to party that hard.
Maybe partying when you can spend $20K is addictive, and I could never stop. So I don't know, but from what I know, as it stands on the levels I've done it with the few wealthy girls I have dated, it never affected me. Yeah. It never made me see them any differently. It never made me see me any differently. Even when I was benefiting from it, which has happened, where a woman was taking care of me.
So you find out the kid's not yours.
Uh-huh.
You live in California. You're entitled to some of that money that she got.
I'm taking it. I'm taking every cent. Yes. No, because now I'm mad. Because now I'm mad. No. I'm not gonna. Dudes act like nah. I'm getting
even when it's like reverse. As a dude, say you do have some kind of money. If you have a family with a woman, in that prenuptial agreement, could you at least leave her something to take care of them kids? Like, don't just be like, yo, you're walking away with absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's Grimes. Like, to me, it's
that's
like,
wild Grimes.
You're not walking out with half, but I'm gonna give you.
Nah, you're not walking out with half.
You're not walking out with half, but I do feel like the concept of a prenup is. So this is what the person said to me that I was like, okay, this is what made me think. It's like the idea of marriage is that you're supposed to trust this person with your life, and now you guys are together forever, and there's no other option. If you do things like prenup or paternity test, it undermines the trust issue part of it. So it makes it as if, like, why are you married to begin with?
I think that is all a perspective.
Okay, no, it is a perspective, but it is a. I always like to think on what someone's saying. So if you're gonna say that we're one and we're all this, I think that is a little romantic for my tastes. But I would like to go into a marriage like that. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to go in. I didn't just sit there and go, I'm right. I know. I was like, nah, let me think about this. I would like to go into a marriage 100% trusting you. I would like to go into a marriage like thinking you're going to do right by me forever. And I just, as the jaded human that I am, I know you've been calling me Positive Reg, but I'm still regular. You know what I mean? I'm still regular. And as a regular man, I think of regular people, and regular people ain't shit.
You're not. So when it comes to the prenuptial, that's way more common. Like, we already see how this goes. People divorce, niggas get raped every day for their money.
Exactly.
But like I said, as a man, you should still be down. Like, don't just be like, "Oh, I'm kicking you to the streets."
Yeah, I'm not throwing you out.
If somebody even without all that document, you should be able to be like, I'm going to provide for my kids and their mother, who, if I can,
Yeah, and the thing is, their mother, if they can't provide for themselves, that's the other part. Like, I can't imagine what you'd have to. Nah, I could think of a couple of things you could do that I would not want to give you that money. Outside of my kids, not my kids, you. But I can't imagine what you would really. How much you'd have to do 100% for me to be like, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm gonna I remember when my mother was getting a divorce, she was on some, yo, if the court says I have to give him $5,000, I'll spend $10,000 not to give him the $5,000. I was like, God damn. But I mean, she went through a lot, so I did not understand it. I was like, I'm with you on that. But I remember going. Did you hear that?
But I think that's usually where all of that comes from. What did this person put you through?
Bro.
What did you go through? If you had an actual decent marriage or something like that, I'm sure y'all could probably be like talk.
Yeah. You could be amicable. Yeah.
Sometime close to after the divorce, if y'all actually had beef during the process.
Yeah.
But if there was actual hardships through this to the point where y'all hate each other, you gonna do everything to keep your money.
Bro, I was in a family court once, and I saw a guy. I heard it was so loud. He was yelling so loud at the wife and the judge, and the door was closed that everyone could hear it. And he's like, "What the fuck do you mean? That's what I gotta give? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what this bitch want me to do?" And she goes, Sir, if you do not stop, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court. It is Friday. You're gonna be in jail till Tuesday. Contempt of court. Do you understand? So now you have to apologize to me and her, and then you have to sign this paper. You know what he did?
Lock me up, throw away
the keys. He looked at her, and he dead said, let me think about it. This man was going to go to jail.
Yeah,
he was so mad.
He was tight.
And I'm like, yo, this is where love comes to die. This is terrible. I never want to come back to this place. I can see, and you could tell who was with who because they were in separate parts of the room. Like, they'd walk in, disperse. And everyone, when I saw that, she walked out swinging her sundress. He walked out, bro. He sat down. He just put his hand in his face. I'm just sitting there like, damn, B.
The sign of defeat.
Bro.
Nigga look defeated.
But when you sitting in jail with Bolo,
Yo.
I mean, you're not gonna be no better off because when you get back out, you're gonna have to sign that paper anyway.
Hey, he'd rather take that L.
But I remember looking at him going, I've been that mad at a woman before.
He'd rather take that L.
I've been that
man.
mad where I'm looking at her like, ooh, death or apologize. What kind of death? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, that's hilarious.
that shit was wild, bro. And I remember seeing that and being like, yo, I never want to get to that place ever in life. But I will say, though, that in terms of the prenup thing, I mean, in terms of the paternity, yes. I will say that I have reconsidered after, like, the conversation. I have, like, been like, you know what? Like, I just feel like it's easier to do bad as people than good. It's always been the case. It's just easier to do. If there's a good thing you could do, it's easier to beat a child than it is to raise it.
Yeah.
You know, so I always hold people to the standard of because it's easier, that's probably what the fuck people are going to do by me. More than likely, you're going to do the wrong thing. And I've thought of that of all people. And I don't hold it against people like, oh, you're terrible people. I just go, I can't count on you to do right by me 100%. And that's all people. But then when you're deciding to marry someone, you should.
Yeah, I mean.
So my thing is, you should, but it's a slippery slope with that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just wish I could be, not less jaded, but I wish I could be less logical where I could just.
How about you live the life that you want? If you want something, live that way.
I mean,
At the end, to me, I don't really be having regrets. If I look like I got played, but I did what I wanted to do, hey, so be it. I got played. That's life. Niggas get played every day.
no,
Like,
and I agree.
I play people sometimes. People
mean,
go
people
play
play
me
me.
back.
I
You know,
agree
like
with you.
that's life.
But
I'm
imagine
I'm not gonna live my life in a worry of what might happen to me. Like,
But
nah,
imagine
like,
there was a-
I might also get cancer one day. I'm not gonna live my life every day like, yo, cancer's coming. Like, like bad people get it, but you still gotta live your life how you want to live it. You know.
You know, the thing I was saying is, I agree with you, but it's like the problem with the reason why the paternity test was such an up in the air thing for me is because I don't have to get played on this one. This is one I could test for. But then I thought about it, and if I could test for every aspect where trust is considered,
Yeah. I don't think
I don't
people
know what
should
I would do that.
I don't
exactly.
think people should
so
do that.
that was the back and forth with me. But yeah, I just like the fact of thinking like I'm just logical. It's like
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to be logical, but certain things is like, all right, logic is not the only factor in life. You know, it's one of them. It's one of it, but it's not the only thing that works in this world.
that's fair. It's one of my biggest ones,
You
though,
know?
because I've noticed that when people don't move logically, I see where that goes too.
I
And
mean, yeah,
more times
but
than not,
there's a lot of times where you could just move with logic, and the other side is the emotional side that's missing could affect somebody. There's a
Yeah.
lot of kids that don't get that, and they might need that. You know,
bro, that's what I'm having a problem with
You
right
know?
now,
So,
man. Like I find I
You
gotta.
can't just be like every part of life is just.
You right,
that's
but
not
I
how it
gotta
goes.
find my inner heart light, because sometimes I just be like, I just be jaded as fuck, son. I be trying my best, but I be jaded
Bro,
as
if
shit.
if you want something, be that.
All right, I see.
Alright.
Okay, Obi, that
If
is
you
the
want
message
something,
of
be
today's episode. If you want something, be that. Okay, be the change
Be
in the
change,
world you
man.
want to see.
As cliche as that sounds. If
No,
want something,
you right though. You know what? Obi?
because you're not gonna keep attracting. You're not gonna keep attracting all of those people because you're gonna be like, oh, this is fake. You know.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm trying to find the applause.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Word.
deserve a. Good job, Obi.
Oh yeah, that's it.
What happened? No, that's it. That's all there is.
I was telling them to clap back there.
Oh, I'm about to say. What the studio man say? What you talking about? I was like, Obi said. Nah, man, you know what? You're gonna get a bigger clap.
Nah.
Let's go, boy.
But
You go
I
open
mean,
with the-
it's super cliche. But bruh, it's too much negative shit in this world, and our goal is to make your life as peaceful as possible.
Yeah,
That's goals.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But is there anything else for today? Anything on the docket? What else is going on? Nah, man, that was all I had. I just wanted to talk about that
Yeah.
paternity thing. Kamala and them.
Shouts out.
Like, I was just shouts out to them. Thank you guys for just everyone who came out and voted. Like, I'm just proud of the fact that I really was worried. Like, I was genuinely worried.
Word, man.
Like, I was sweating.
Yo, we was waiting for a paternity test. That was a paternity test.
Yo, that was a real paternity test right there that I was not sure about. Like, I was sweating.
We was like, holy shit.
And I'm just, you know what I mean?
Who's going to be our dad?
Imagine when you on Maury. Imagine if you're the kid, you're old enough to know. And you over here looking at, nah, I hope it's not that piece of shit right there.
Who's going to be running back here crying?
Right? Exactly. You like, damn, the good one. Nah, man, that's how I felt. Like, it was a scary thing. And I appreciate the fact that we got through it. Plies put out a list of people that we are canceling, apparently.
We did?
Yeah, he put out a whole list. 50 Cent was on it. That's why I was like, I ain't cancel no goddamn 50 Cent. That nigga hilarious. And we need him.
Like, also, never listened to his music, but I did see his come up, R.I.P. King Von. I did see he was kind of making some buzz out in these streets, so definitely want to.
Now, I actually heard him from my little brother, so I was listening to something. I'm like, this kind of go.
I see interviews. I see always being posted online.
Yeah,
never got a chance to listen to his music.
Nah.
My brother, I always saw him, so I'm like, oh, he up next.
Nah, when my brother showers, he brings a whole speaker in the bathroom with him. So the whole it be bumping. Yeah. So I'll be over here like, oh shit. Yeah. So I heard King Von a couple of times, and the thing I'll say is, well, one, so the guy who apparently set it up or was a part of the other crew that killed him,
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah. So he got shot, and a bunch of people got shot. It was a fight outside a club in Atlanta, and Quando Rondo is the dude that the other side, I guess. Lil Durk bought every seat to his concert. Yeah. Yo, guys.
Page out of 50 Cent's book.
Bro, first of all, page out of 50 Cent's book, but I don't think that was him doing it to be funny. I think he was trying to set that man up. He's got mad goons in the stands. Guys.
You better cancel your show, Quando.
He did. Canceled it. I will say that Lil Durk is not no joke. Like, I remember when his city called him a terrorist. They literally called him a terrorist. Chicago.
Man. I mean.
So.
Hey.
Listen,
rest in peace, young man.
Yeah, listen, man. It's sad. One thing, you know, his drama based, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's interesting to me. His girlfriend, who was Ari, I think her name is. What's his girlfriend's name? Asian doll. Said that he was told, but his last words were that what were his last words? His last words were like, "They let him get me. They let him get me," and all that stuff. He said his mans let it happen. And his boy who was there, his boy was there, was just like, dude, she's talking about after death. She's talking to a person that speaks to spirits, and the person that speaks to spirits is saying that that's what he said. I don't know if that's clout. I don't know if she's if she's just hurt and going through something. Maybe this is her way of mourning, but stay off IG, stay off internet. Guys, this ain't the time. Like, I get it. Maybe that person's right, and that's a real safe sewer or whatever you call it, or psychic. Maybe that person's right, but this ain't the time for that because no one gonna really believe that, and all you're doing is accusing other people.
Let the investigation be
let the investigation go, and then we'll see who ran, who didn't, all that. But don't do that. That's not cool. But R.I.P. and
man, like, subscribe, share,
please, guys.
Episode 70.
Yeah, comment, folk, and we out.